On May 16th, Uranus goes into Taurus for a 10-year cycle. Uranus is the planet of evolution and revolution, and when it changes signs, pretty dramatic events occur. Oftentimes, in fact, there is an event right around the time of the ingress, and so May 16th, middle of May, we could see some changes as far as potential currency issues, and I'm also predicting a potential earthquake for California. So it's a time when we start to get the seeds of what the next 10 years are going to be. Taurus is about values and money, so I think part of the thing that we will be dealing with is changes in the currency system. And this, of course, because Uranus is technology, this suggests the larger advent of cryptocurrency. So we will start to see some big changes in that arena, which includes the de-escalation of the currency system and the stock market kind of world. For the rest of us, there's an energy of also dealing with security. Taurus is where we feel security, and Uranus and Taurus is going to be saying the places that you normally thought you would find secure are no longer going to be there. So it's transitioning from, and for most people it's money, right? It's money and location, but we're saying with Uranus in Taurus, we're going to have to find our security in other forms. Now, where might you experience a change in values? It's a lot about how you look at the material plane, and it's also how you deal with the environment, because that's another factor. Taurus connects to earth and farming, and so how are we going to feed ourselves in a healthy way? With Aries, the transition is happening in your money house, what you think you deserve, how much you think you should charge, and again, let's base it from the true cost as opposed to this way we look at economics now. Taurus, a lot of it's about your mind, because Uranus is saying I'm going to break free from poverty mentality, which tends to be a constant with Taurus. Whether you're wealthy or poor, money tends to be an issue for security. So let's see how you can break free from that and also become free to actually be your authentic self rather than operating out of security. Gemini, the transit is actually happening in your 12th house, so that's the place where all your fears are. And a lot of times the fears are not real, so it's looking at how you believe money can save you and how that probably is not actually the truth. Cancer, becoming more involved with environmental communities. You're the person who actually can tend to the earth, so you may find new ways to involve yourself in environmental causes. For Leo, Uranus in the 10th, regardless of what profession you're in, tends to say a change in profession. And so the change, and again, we're talking about a long cycle, so this is over the next 10 years, but there's an element of what do I actually really find important? So, and there's an element of us getting more in touch with simplicity as a value and purity as a value. So this is, again, it's going to be a difficult transition for a lot of people. Previously, Uranus was in Taurus in the 1930s. So if we want to look at that as what's coming, obviously slightly different, it includes weather changes, it includes progressive movements, and it includes how do you deal with the lack of money. So this is going to be difficult for a lot of people. And yet, on the other side of it is something very positive. For Virgo, going back to the signs, becoming more connected to the goddess energy, because this is happening in your spiritual house. So where do you find your connection to Mother Earth? You are connected to the goddess, particularly as a Virgo. So how can you make that more real? How can you bring that as part of your spiritual practice? Libra, you may be dealing with business partner money issues, good or bad. You may also be dealing with sexual partner issues. But on the positive note, when you're looking for business money, the more unusual the opportunity, the more it comes out of left field. If it resonates with you, it's something that you want to follow. Scorpio, you're going to see the energy in your relationship house. So again, positively or negatively. If you've been in a staid relationship that's stuck, it's time for that relationship to go. Uranus kind of makes things divorce very quickly. If you're single, you'll probably be meeting some very interesting people. And again, the more unusual and out of your type range, the better. So it's going to be a very interesting 10 years in one form or another. Sagittarius, changing how you live your life, your daily habits, how you take care of yourself health-wise, maybe even your routines. Capricorn, it's a creative period. And creativity can mean many different things. Obviously, what we normally think of as artistic ventures, but also creativity because it's children, it's pregnancy, and how do we give birth to a new self? The Taurus energy is going to be very good with Capricorn, provided you've allowed the changes to happen in Capricorn that have been going on since 2008 for you. Aquarius, oftentimes Uranus in the fourth house is a move. So literally a move. Sometimes there's an issue with the mom. It's also that, in a way, you also break free from your past, and you break free from the conditioning of the past. Because if Taurus is your fourth house, there's an element, again, of coming from sort of a poverty place, and I need to do things a certain way for security. Pisces, the changes are happening on the mental plane as well as your friends, and you're the person who can help birth the words for sort of a new life. So whatever this transit brings, it's going to be a change to Mother Earth, and hopefully it's a positive change, or at least enough revolution to get people to consider their values, because by and large, that's the main focus of this. And we'll be visiting this transit periodically over the next few years because it's very important. It's a very historical transit for the United States. So let's find a way to find true security and be Gaia's staunchest advocate, and we potentially can at least bring the seeds of a new Earth into form. I'm Patrice Kamens. Thanks for watching.